This is the Conservative Czar, November 30th, 2012. I want to spend a little time talking about the events in Iraq and Afghanistan. I want to repeat things I said before. Events occurring in Iraq that just point out what I have said before. And at the heart of what I've said is this fundamental point about Iraq and Afghanistan. And that these are the longest wars in the history of the United States. Afghanistan is now the longest war we've ever had. And it's endless how long we could be in Afghanistan. But the point in both cases is, since the spring of 2003, nothing has been gained in either country. And Iraq is going to evolve into a civil war, and we are going to lose in Afghanistan. The Taliban is going to take over in Afghanistan whenever we leave. And so for all the lives that were lost during this period of time were wasted. And it goes back to that whole thing. I've said this before, is that you take a look at the last 2 or 3 years of politics, and the only guy that had this right was Ron Paul. And I'm not, and I was wrong. I've said that before. But now 2 events have occurred in Iraq just in the last few days to point out the futility of our effort in Iraq since spring of 2003. And the Afghanistan is just continuing to go down the path of defeat. But in Iraq, we had just yesterday 40 people killed in separate bombs in Iraq. And this is becoming the bloodiest season in Iraq for the last 3 or 4 years. It's getting bloodier and bloodier as the various parts of Iraq are staking out claims of power. In addition to that, the one place in the whole region that is even half pro-American is the Kurdish enclave in northern Iraq. And they have moved Kurdish troops to the border of their little state against Iraq troops over oil revenue coming out of what I will call Kurdistan. And all this points to is that we had in 2003, we could have gotten what we got now with Kurds. We could have got a partition of Iraq. We could have walked out of Iraq in 2003, and none of the deaths would have occurred. This foreign interventionism that we've become accustomed to, and I'm not even talking about liberals here, a lot of Republicans, so-called conservatives, have gotten used to it too. The problem we have in the Middle East today, which is going to end in a major, and I use this word, world war, it was caused by the Obama-Clinton interventionism in the region supporting the Arab Islamists in the so-called Arab Spring. That is the problem in the Middle East, and it's the cause of all this is interventionism on the part of the United States. Maybe good intentions, but these things have a way of going wrong. And we're seeing it today in Iraq, Egypt, and Afghanistan. This is the Conservative Czar. See you next time.